So I think 2026 Vexma would argue that 2015 Vexma was very raw, very unorganized, unstructured, full of energy, but with limited scalability. While 2026 Vexma would be highly scalable, highly organized, highly structured, and global. So when people first heard 3D printing, they thought about 3D printing flex banners or those banners which look 3D printed in 2D, although looking 3D with a 3D illusion. So that was the first thing that we used to get when we started Vexma. So Vexma early on was more of a edtech startup than a digital manufacturing startup. Meaning, we didn't show that early on 3D printing or the terminology of 3D printing was just a very vague sort of acronym that no one understood about. So it was a struggle early on, and to survive and sustain during that period was something that was never portrayed out to the market or on any social media platforms. And I think that was something that we hid from the world. So when me and Shailendra, we co-founded Vexma together, there were many aspects of our business model which initially we thought it might not work. There were many projects that we did which were very difficult. I mean, we used to argue if we should take those projects and if it might not work. But then we had this risk-taking appetite, so we were always open for certain level of risk. Certain projects that we did, for example, the e-rickshaw project where we built the EV, fully functional EV within a 3-month timeline which was given to us, which was something that we never thought it would work. Building ventilators during COVID using 3D printing technology in our in-house R&D team, including electronics, designing. That was something we never thought it will, work out, but yet it did, and we ended up saving a whole lot of lives. So yes, there were many projects that we thought that it will never work out, but then we were able to accomplish. So the hard lesson we learned was to focus on one business model only. Although I wouldn't trade that for anything else, because that phase gave us chaos, but it also gave us clarity. So I think Vexma is a place where ideas are being realized, where creativity takes place in form of physical products. So that is Vexma. So in 2015, when I decided to start Vexma, our focus was to become an enterprise 3D printing bureau where we can produce multiple components in plastics, metals, using additive technologies, 3D printing. So the initial idea was to focus on the team, to focus on the infrastructure, and to establish a system in place where it can become a oiled engine which can keep running by itself. I think now we've achieved that. So now our focus in 2026 is to scale and elevate Vexma on the global platform. If Vexma were to start today, I would never change the set of people that I worked with during this journey, who's helped us to get here where we are today. But yes, I would most certainly bring AI into the play. The people and the ideas they brought along, that is something I would never change. So when I'm talking about factories of the future, I see factories running by itself in terms of automation, autonomous robots, working around the clock with 3D printers to print parts. I see AI helping and planning the whole pipeline of production systems and managing orders. I see a very limited, and a very skilled staff of engineers who are able to control the whole platform virtually from anywhere. So that is something that I see as part of the factory of the future. This is a very obvious question. Shailen is going to be my yin because I think we balance out each other. I work with intuition, I work with emotions, I work with a vision, while he works with rationalism, he works with logic, and he brings a whole lot of different arguments on the table, which is required to see most of the perspective from 360 angle. So I think he is my yin. So Vexma 11 years ago was hustle, and Vexma now is an ecosystem.